Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Walrein. He's back, my friends! Wally got some love for Season 15, and he is back with a vengeance in the Great League. And Walrein, amazing, we all know, has that coverage on the Steel types. And will be serving as the safe swap on this classic ABB line, and also on this team. Also newly buffed, Alolan Sandslash in the back to close the game strong. So Wally draws out that fighter, most notably Medicham, so that Sandslash does not have to see it, because it does not like double super effective counters, let me tell you. And ideally, you want to preserve a shield for it to absolutely wreak havoc on the Great League. This thing is amazing. And also on this team, Deoxys on the lead to protect our two ice types from the fighters. Deoxys dominates Medicham like you wouldn't believe. Awesome lead in the Great League. Man, guys, it is so nice to have Walrein back on the map with the Icicle Spear buff here. And here we go. This is why we are leading Deoxys with these two ice types for these Medicham leads. Deoxys also back on the map. They make a beautiful catch here onto a Stunfisk. I was comfortable throwing on alignment here just because it's a safe bet to assume that they have an owl in the back these days. And they're not generally going to want to catch that. But they've got a G-Fisk in the back, and we've got a Shadow Alolan Sandslash here. Going to bait, thinking that they'd want to try and make a play for switch. But no, they were happy to let their G-Fisk go down, as a drill run would have KO'd from that range. They go Rock Slide, they bait. We shield out of caution because we want to keep the alignment, obviously, with a Walrein in the back. So now we're just going to throw this Ice Punch because we want to leave this mid-game matchup not healthy. We don't want too much help for that Medi to farm, so we are glad to tank this neutral Rock Slide here. And the plan worked out. We are down a shield, but we do control the alignment nonetheless. And they do come back in with the Medicham, of course. Was hoping that they would get us out of there with two counters, but they got an extra one out of the deal, but it is okay. It did not get too far ahead on energy. They're going to go for an Ice Punch. That does no damage, and they've got a Shadow Swampert in the back, and we've got an amazing answer to these ultra spammy Shadow Swamperts here in the form of Walrein. Walrein, always a good answer to a Swampert because they have to build all the way up to the big move. And gonna shield out of caution. We want to get some of these shields down at the very least, if not take this thing out altogether. They are running Sludge Wave, so that is good to know. Always good to check that move if you need to really control alignment. And now knowing that, we're fine. We do tank a non-stab Sludge Wave here, even from a Shadow. Walrein was thoroughly missed, I gotta say, at least by me. We get to this Icicle Spear, and we are saying bye-bye to this Shadow Swampert, and now it is smooth sailing from here. Deoxys, like I said, guys, back on the map with all of the newly buffed ice types and Trevenant being pushed out of the meta. It now has a lot more play, especially with Medicham being buffed indirectly so, with Trevenant being pushed out. We're going to see a lot more Medichams, so no better time to run Deoxys, and they get to another Ice Punch, but this is not going to cut it. At the time, I wasn't sure if double Psycho Boost would have KO'd, so we played it safe, did Thunderbolt, and we're going to say bye-bye to Medi here, courtesy of a Psycho Boost. Deoxys coming in clutch, taking care of the Medicham to close strong. Good game, well played. I gotta tell you guys, Walrein and Deoxys go together like peanut butter and jelly. They cover each other's weaknesses quite well, and here we go. Basti lead, that's a beautiful lead. They safe swap a Medi, so they're core broken by Deoxys. You absolutely love to see it. Gonna go for this Thunderbolt. So seeing that Basti and knowing we have a Walrein in the back, what we're gonna do is look to really put in work and chip this Medicham down to a manageable health range for our Walrein to come in. So we do shield to preserve health. We want to be healthy for that Bastiodon. And we're just going to throw this Psycho Boost to get it into the low red. And it does. And now it is Walrein time. We can now comfortably farm down. Gonna tank all this damage because I'm reading that there's a Shadow Vic in the back, guys. If you see a Bastiodon and they safe swap a Medicham, it's a safe bet to assume that there's a Shadow Vic in the back. It's one of the most heavily utilized tap teams that you could possibly run. And we do throw with optimal timing. Gonna go for this Earthquake here, and they let it go. Beautiful! They're putting a lot of hope and faith into that Shadow Vic that I'm almost 99% sure is lurking in the back. And because we throw on optimal timing, we do make it to this Icicle Spear here, just to further chip the Basti. And now, there it is, right on cue, the Tap team making a return to Season 15 of Go Battle League. So just going to grab the shield here with a Psycho Boost that would one-shot. And now we will unleash our Shadow A-Slash upon this Victory Bell. This Tap team can do nothing up against ours here. They were quite weak to both Deoxys and a Shadow A-Slash here. It's beautiful. And speaking of Shadow A-Slash, this thing is amazing, guys. Gonna grab that final shield. They are putting up a fight. We had the back-to-back. We get to this Ice Punch, and we are absolutely saying bye-bye to the annoying Shadow Vic. And now they do come back in with the Basti. They are out of move, but it's not going to help them. We are just too bulky, and Basti just does not hit hard enough. They can throw whatever they want. It will not help them one bit, and they go down to a counter. Deoxys left standing once again. You absolutely love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played. This Walrein ABBT with A-Slash in the back was absolutely putting in the work. And here we go. Shadow Swampert, or not Shadow, excuse me, regular Swampert. The way I like to play this is play to the CMP. They almost always like to get this early chip damage in, and they cannot swap out to catch the Psycho Boost. So they're either going to have to tank a lot of damage or give us a very early shield. They usually give up the early shield, and then I make the play in the Walrein. So it's nice getting that early shield advantage. It's almost guaranteed. That's how I like to play Swampert on the lead. And now Walrein is here to put in work on the Swampert. Grabbing the second shield, that is amazing. And gonna let this go. Even if it is the Earthquake, it's not a Shadow. We tank that, no problem. But they were baiting Walrein with Hydro Cannon. And I'm reading that there is at least one flyer in the back. So gonna shield one of these resisted Hydro Cannons. We can spare one shield. But no, there is not. It's a Medicham, so we do draw out the Medicham. That's why Walrein is on this team. Gonna go for the back-to-back Icicle Spears here. Getting that extra damage buff for Season 15 was amazing because now you can rely much more on the Icicle Spears with Stab. And Switch Timer was up, so we're gonna preserve Walrein just in case. You never know when you could make a sacrificial swap, so that is always nice. And now this Medicham is absolutely helpless up against our Deoxys. We can actually farm down with resisted counters. These Ice Punches just do nothing. Deoxys, sort of Big Brother's Medicham a little bit, and it is quite nice because Medichams are going to be everywhere. And just notice that Medicham was underleveled. So they come back in, or they come in with a Stunfisk. So we throw that Psycho Boost to do maximum damage, and now it is all up to Sandslash, and I think it is up to the task. Up a shield. You give Sandslash a shield advantage to close, and holy smokes, look out. They overfarmed, and they're going to pay. We're saying bye-bye to the G-Fisk. It goes down with energy, and now it is smooth sailing. We do reach the moves at the same time, but we have the shield. So going to shield up this Hydro Cannon and get off of this Ice Punch. Hits Swampert for neutral damage. It has Stab, and we're a Shadow. So we are saying bye-bye to the Swampert yet again. You absolutely love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. So guys, if you're out there and you're itching to run one of these newly buffed ice types, know that Deoxys is going to be the best pairing for them. And here we go. Swampert lead, another one. Deja Vu. Going to play it the same exact way. Play to the CMP. We can tank this Hydro Cannon. No problem. It's non-Shadow Swampert here. And the CMP type was triggered. And again, they're going to have to tank a lot of damage or give us an early shield. And then we bail into our Walrein. And they've got a Snorlax in the back. That's quite spicy for the Great League, but it is quite okay. We do have the shield advantage. Going to fire off the Icicle Spear. That's what you go for in the neutral situations, and that buff makes it a lot better. Now doing much more damage per energy. It is now a Surf clone, by the way, in case you were wondering. And going to fire off Icicle Spear number 2. They did bait us with a Body Slam. That is unfortunate. We shielded out of caution. As knowing that there's a Swampert, A-Slash can put up a fight against it, but it does get outpaced at the end of the day, and we do have to let this one go. Cannot go down on shields, and they played that perfectly. That's the textbook way to play it. Shields are now even, but we do leave with energy. Gonna fire off this Icicle Spear, and they do let that go. Gonna save Walrein again, guys. You never know when you need to make a catch. And they are going to fire off this Hydro Cannon to burn the clock, likely. And they do. They bail into an Altaria, and Sandslash is about to feast. Holy smokes. Going to just chip this Altaria here. DD was not of very much more use, and now it is time to unleash Sandslash upon this Altaria. Holy smokes. Altaria is hard-walled like you wouldn't believe by Alolan Sandslash, and we can hit this thing for massive double super effective damage. So just going to go to the back-to-back in case they want to put up a fight. I was left wondering why they were still in this match, but they want to put up a fight here. And they shield. Holy smokes, we have the back-to-back, and we're going to catch just to let them know that they have no hope of winning this. Nice little BM catch, having a little fun here, my friends. And yeah, they are trying their very best. Good on them for that. It is not going to help them, though. Gotta say bye-bye to the Swampert. And we've got another one locked and loaded for this poor Altaria. It can do nothing. A-Slash, amazing. We say bye-bye to the Altaria as well. And the Alolan Sandslash doing its job on this team, and that is close the game strong. Good game, well played. I'm telling you guys, if you want a strong ABB-style team to start the season off right, might want to give this one a try. And here we go, Lantern. Threw me off a little bit. Normally, I would like to safe swap out of this, but we can't. Walrein is our safe swap, and Lantern is not a good matchup if they're running Spark, and they are. So we tank this, bank a move, and we actually pivot into Sandslash. We want to check to see if there's a Medi in the back, and at the very least, with that double weakness, we would not last very long. But they throw a Surf, and they're staying in here. So this kind of clues me in. I was thinking there was a Medicham and a Noctowl in the back, but there might be double Flyers in the back. Seeing that they're fighting so hard, shielding their Lantern, something does not want to see an Alolan Sandslash. And if that is the case, there's a very good chance that it won't want to see a Walrein either. At this point, I'm thinking it's got to be double Flyers here. Gonna throw this Drill Run on the CMP tie, and they shield a second time. Holy smokes. So we let this go. There's no Medi in the back. Walrein is gonna be roaming free here, my friends. So now we can just come in with our DD here and farm up a little bit and get rid of this problem for our Walrein here. We are saying bye-bye to the Lantern. We have a shield advantage. We're looking really good. There's the Owl. There might be a second Flyer in the back. They tried to catch. Not gonna happen. It's a G-Fisk. Very interesting team. So it wasn't double Flyer, but G-Fisk definitely doesn't want to see a slash up energy either. So that's why they stayed in. So now the play here, we shield one. We know that we're gonna have to shield at least one. And we do tank one. It does a little over half. So now we're going to maximize our damage or our energy generation and throw on the CMP here. Just wanted to make sure that we could get that clean KO. We say bye-bye to the G-Fisk, and now we were just a couple of Powder Snows off from this pesky Owl here. This, of course, does not KO, but it does quite a bit of super effective damage. Walrein putting in the work. You absolutely love to see it. And they cannot farm down. They have to throw, which means that it is over for this Owl here. They don't have a move. They need a Shadow Ball to KO. We had loaded energy stored. We get to this Thunderbolt. Way overkill, but we're saying bye-bye nonetheless. And Deoxys left standing yet again to close strong. Good game, well played. Nothing but pure domination with these two newly buffed ice types with Walrein and A-Slash. And here we go, Shadow Machamp. This is why we got Deoxys. And they make a play into a Cofagrigus. So we had an answer to this in the back. We do have to shield up a Shadow Ball. That would do quite a bit. I don't think it would quite KO, but it would be getting us quite low. So that's a good shield there. And we're just going to build up to the back-to-back. I'm assuming they will want to save those shields for that squishy Shadow Machamp here. And yeah, they do let that go. We say bye-bye to the coffin, and we got another one locked and loaded for the Shadow Machamp. I was anticipating seeing a lot of these Shadow Machamps. It saw increased usage toward the end of last season, so I fully anticipated seeing more of these with all of the newly buffed ice types. And there's a Shadow Charizard in the back. A very hard-hitting team here. You might think that it's a little spicy at a glance, but this is actually a legit team, guys. Shadow Machamp is going to have a lot more play, and of course, Shadow Charizard is an absolute monster. We grabbed the shield not wanting to debuff ourselves, and we wanted them to actually let that Psycho boost through. So the plan working to perfection, that did a lot of damage, and now we just soak all of this on our Walrein here. They cannot farm down. And they know that it would have been a simul KO, so they have to throw. And now it is smooth sailing from here. Charizard, too squishy, goes down to resisted counters. You absolutely love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Oh my goodness. I was absolutely loving these two newly buffed ice types in the Great League. It was amazing. We've got an Altaria lead here. Go right into Walrein. I'm going to force out the Steel type if they do have one in the back, but they come in with a Groddle in its Shadow form. Holy smokes. We can hit this for super effective, but these Razor Leafs are absolutely shredding, guys. My goodness, we're not a Shadow, so we make it to a second Icicle Spear. Really threatening to flip switch or grab both of their shields here. And they give up both shields. Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Walrein putting in the work. A very clutch safe swap in the Great League. So now we soak this damage here on our tanky Deoxys. Sandslash looking really good. Up 2 shields. This is quite spicy, this team from our opponent thus far. Quite weak to a Steel type. Holy smokes. We're just going to get rid of this with a resisted Thunderbolt and now unleash Sandslash upon this Altaria here with no shields. Holy smokes. We get to this Ice Punch. I had a feeling it would one-shot. We're saying bye-bye to the Altaria. One-shotting the tankiest dragon in the league. You absolutely love to see it. And they've got an Iron Tail Basti. And the game starts to lag, so I was thinking, you better not mess me up and deny me this victory here. Talking to the game here, that was what I was thinking at the in my mind at the time. I was thinking, you better not. This was an easy layup here. Running Iron Tail on that Basti. I guess Steel types just don't exist to that trainer, but good game, well played nonetheless. And in case you guys were wondering, Sandslash with Drill Run, 100% amazing. That was much needed. And here we go. Deoxys Mirror here. I got to admit, guys, going into day 1 of season 15, I was a little rusty on my Deoxys Mirror matchup gameplay here. And as you can see, our opponent playing it beautifully. They chip us with the Thunderbolt and they get out without taking any damage. We did take damage, and they've got a Licky Tongue here. So we're going to meet this with our Walrein. We did want to chip it down a little bit because Licky Tongue is about as tanky as it gets. So now going to go for the Icicle Spears. And in case you're wondering, Earthquake is still technically very slightly more energy efficient, but if you know you can make it to 2 moves, we do tank that Power Whip. You can just go double Icicle Spear, but if you can only make it to 1, just go EQ. But we can make it to 2, and we do, taking out the Licky Tongue, leaving with not too much health for this Deoxys to farm, but it is still extra farm nonetheless, and in a mirror that can make or break a matchup. So our opponent playing the DD side very well. Gonna shield this, we have to. Sandslash cannot tank counters. It's not good for the Shadow Sandslash. It's just far too much. It's far too oppressive, being double super effective. Gonna go for this Thunderbolt here, and they're holding on to the shield. So now we're gonna look to CMP tie them to the Psycho Boost. We win the coin flip, CMP, that is amazing. And they do let it go, preserving shields for something. Not sure what they could have in the back. It's typical to see Deoxys paired with dark types, so we're gonna just throw caution to the wind. It's now or never, and it's a Walrein up a shield. We do outpace, but we simul swapped, so we're not that far ahead on energy. I was hoping to get a nice little energy lead. They do shield up the first drill run, and they do make it to the EQ. We absolutely have to shield this. We're down a shield. There's no reason for them not to go for the EQ. They do. And my goodness, we are going to play to our win con here. Our win con is to successfully bait, but I don't think that it will quite be enough. I think they're going to outpace us by one fast move here, and they do just outpace. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so brutal. It came down to a fast move, guys. Oh, so close, but just couldn't quite get that one done. Good game, well played to them. Oh, that last opponent had a very similar team to ours. Our heads were in the right places. And here we go. Medi lead. You love to see it with Deoxys on the lead. But they safe swap an Umbreon. Totally threw me off because this thing core breaks Deoxys and Sandslash a little bit. So we have to shield. We wanted to get some counters in. So we bank the move and go into Walrein with a little bit of a health advantage here. We do tank a foul play, no problem. But this matchup is very close between these two. You do have to land an EQ plus Icicle Spear. At least that's how it was in the past. I was a little rusty on this matchup here. So we do go for the EQ. They do let that go, of course. And we do tank another foul play, no problem. So we're going to let this go. I don't want to go completely down on shields. And what I should have done, I got way too greedy here. So now they're forcing a shield out of us. We should have just gotten rid of the Umbreon, but I got greedy. So not playing this ideally, I must admit, but we do force them to swap out. They might think that we're weak in the bag, so that's good. Gonna save this energy on Walrein, chip the Medicham, and bank a Icicle Spear for later. And make the play back into DD. We did store a Thunderbolt, and we are still very healthy. Very much healthy enough to handle this Medicham here. We don't want to debuff ourselves, so we will look to go for another Thunderbolt. Medicham is just so helpless up against Deoxys. They can throw whatever they want. It does not matter. This is why Deoxys, Defense Form Deoxys stock has definitely risen with Season 15 here. Going to go for another Thunderbolt, and they let it go. Beautiful! We needed to get rid of that thing. And they've got a Shadow Golbat in the back. Up 2 shields, so we're not out of the woods just yet. This is going to get very tricky. Going to start pressuring these shields. We still don't want to debuff ourselves, and we kind of want to force them to throw, but they're not. They're over-farming, taking advantage of that shield advantage that they have. So we're going to pressure that last shield, not letting them get too comfortable here, and forcing them to throw. So misplaying that Umbreon matchup, we're going to have to employ some tactical maneuvering. Going to go throw DD back in because we were very close to a Psycho Boost, and they know that, so they are forced to throw. What I did not want was them overloading and taking advantage of us to have a Shadow Ball ready for our Sandslash with no shields. So this is not a Shadow Ball. This is just a resisted or double resisted Poison Fang. Going to wait for them to throw a Wing Attack so that they cannot catch this on the Umbreon. Oh man, we say bye-bye to the annoying Golbat, and we are debuffed. This Umbreon will make it to a foul play, but guys, Umbreon hits like a wet noodle. We live, even with the defense debuff, long enough to get to this Icicle Punch, or Ice Punch, excuse me. And we do say bye-bye to the Umbreon. Holy smokes, had to work our way out of that mismanagement of that mid-game match, but we got it done in the end. Holy smokes. Good game, well played to our opponent, and that is the team, my friends. So, yeah. Love these two ice types. I wanted to run Walrein. I'm quite fond of Walrein. It did very well for me in previous seasons. I absolutely love Walrein, so we decided to roll with it on the safe swap, pairing it with Deoxys. It pairs beautifully with Deoxys because Deoxys covers the fighters, most notably Medicham, and now we are seeing Shadow Machamp make a bit of a rise in the Great League. So DD protects our two ice types from the back, or in the back, and we've got Sandslash, speaking of in the back, to close the game for us. It can prove to be quite the closer, as we saw in this video, especially if we can preserve those shields for it. The shadow is ideal, but if you don't have one, you can still roll with the non-shadow. But my goodness, Drill Run worked wonders for Season 15. Very much grateful for that. Walrein got the Icicle Spear buff, was putting in work on the safe swap as well. Those two in the back behind DD. That's a recipe for a lot of success. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you guys.